Gotten many messages from people about saying how they're stuck and they don't know how to become unstuck. I didn't really know how to become unstuck either. I was in this place where, just making coffee seemed like too much. Laying there on the couch an hour or two, just trying to convince myself to find the energy to get up and push a couple of buttons and stir something with a spoon. How can a grown man be that incapacitated emotionally? There was so much loss, I didn't know how to process it all, and I was just completely overwhelmed. What I realized was that I can't think myself into a right way of feeling. I have to act myself into a right way of being. Sitting there and reading self-help books and watching YouTube videos and writing, that's great, but unless you take some action, it's never going to change. And that mountain seemed way too high to climb, so I just sat there and did absolutely nothing. And I was waiting for that feeling to pass, because I had tried to outrun and outthink pain my entire life, and I found many different things to do that with. When you run out of things to outrun pain, you have to sit with that pain, and that pain was overwhelming. And it was like ripping the Band-Aid off. It was like, all right, we are done mood altering. We're gonna figure this out, and I didn't know how to figure it out. What ended up being the change for me was I decided to do one thing a day for myself. With no applause, nobody watching, nobody knowing. I would just choose one thing a day that would either feed my soul or heal my body. And I did that for 30 days. And then after 30 days, I added a second thing. And I would do two things a day for myself. It could be anything. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know what I wanted, because I had lived outside my body for so long. So I just kept trying different things. Most of them I found out I didn't like. The few that I did like, I stuck to it. And now they've become part of my foundation. You're not going to figure it out just sitting there. You're not going to figure it out by reading. You're not going to figure it out by writing. You're going to figure it out by doing. You got to get up. You got to get showered. You got to get out of the house. You got to feed yourself. Take care of your basic needs. But then do one thing that feeds your soul or feeds your body in a positive way. It's relearning. I mean, most of us that live outside of our bodies had to give ourselves up to be loved and accepted. And we've never learned to love and accept ourselves because we were too busy getting validation outside of ourselves. So a good exercise is to start just giving to you, for yourself, for no other reason than it just feels good. And the validation that you used to get from others for all the things you did for everybody else, you have to start validating yourself. Don't think about that you got to get to the top of this mountain. Think that you just have to get out the door and do something that you enjoy, that makes you feel good, just on a core level. Whatever it is, take the time to figure it out. After doing those exercises of one thing for 30 days, two things for another 30 days, I've actually taken a whole day for myself. I take one day a week and I do what makes me feel good. And that fuels me for a couple of days at least. And it's the best thing I do. I can't imagine going a week and missing that one day, because it just replenishes my energy. It feeds my soul, and it gives me more than I need going forward for the other people in my life. The more I take care of myself and take that time, even though it was extremely difficult because it felt so selfish, feeding myself and filling myself up leaves more for the others in my life that I care about, instead of just giving it all away and being depleted. So get up, feel those uncomfortable feelings, carry them with you with whatever it is that you have to do to feel good for you. And before you know it, it's just going to get so easy, to the point where you're going to realize that you can't live without feeding yourself. All right. So get up, get out, get fed. I'll see you later.